Hello, this is a prepaid collect call from...
This is your guy, Pana Da Guru again.
Hey, everybody, this is Mr. Clean.
An incarcerated individual at New York State Department of Corrections and Community Supervision. Thank you for using Securus. You may start the conversation now.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to Speaking Through the Barz podcast, where we bring inspiration to the listeners to find motivation within themselves to be great. Through our content we bring, we prove betterment starts where you at now in life. This episode is on February 17th, man. That's my birthday. Pee-wee P. Newton was born that day. Michael Jordan was born that day. Jim Brown was born that day. And Mr. Clean was born that day. It just got to be that way, man. I appreciate y'all, man. Y'all enjoy.
Hey, yo, shout it out. And since the listeners was listening, I'm back. Shit got just me. DX stand up. Llama place we never left. Nashville was huge, respectfully. We started off with the Boss Lady's Big City. She's been here since day one and still going strong. Shout out to the major projects we support. Also on the line of keeping it authentic, Flood Jones, Mr. Derek Bush Hamilton, Soul V, what's good, big bro? Daniel Spur, Polo Grounds, one and only, Big Unique, Champ, a.k.a. Mr. Gyro. Thanks for proving to the brothers and sisters that the time for redemption is in demand. We're going to stay in tune. Also Bimmy, Andy, who's been working with us while doing so much positivity on the outside. Get with us, bro. We ready to finish up. Lucho the Champ, letting our voices be heard on the West Coast. Shout it out to the brothers and sisters over there speaking through the bars. Believe me, y'all heard. Professional chillers, and not the myth, but the legend, Sean Harwell and Fortune. Shout it out to Hot Keys and Kenny for making the show run on the producing too. And without further ado, gotta give you the brothers who made everything happen for us, who gave us a chance to be heard. We got Mr. Clean and Pana Da Guru, respectfully.
Oh, man, Pana Da Guru, man. Been a little minute. They put a little bit on us, but we dusted ourselves off and we keeping it moving, man. We start off, man, this segment talking about the tickets we got, man.
Oh, man. We went, we was quarantined. We both caught COVID. I don't know if the audience and the listeners knew that, but yeah, we both caught COVID to begin the year. And as we was quarantined, Mr. Clean and myself was served with, misbehavior reports, pretty much about the podcast. What we doing, anything positive, they're not feeling it, so that's what's been going on with us lately.
It's on our IG.
Yeah, the ticket is on the IG, and it should be on our website by the end of the week also. Besides that, this is pretty much like, me and my brother's season finale. Our season one, ending our season one, pretty much. Despite our ups and downs, despite our obstacles, it's been a blessing. We've met a lot of people, through this podcast, all our audience, our listeners that they're showing the support. We appreciate y'all. Thank y'all very much. You know what I'm saying? Mr. Clean was good, my bro.
Yeah, man. I just, during the time where, there was no programs going, there was nothing to do, you had two innovative individuals who found a way to keep themselves rehabilitated and to keep themselves busy, so we wouldn't fall into the bullshit that goes on in this jail. Because, like I know, this is one of the worst jails in New York State. You know what I'm saying? It always has been. It's always been one of the troubled jails. And we found a way to keep ourselves, out of trouble, and it got us in trouble. I mean, I understand the logic, but, this is like one of the main reasons I feel we need prison reform and criminal justice reform. You know what I mean? This is one of the main reasons I feel like we need this as a class, because not only would it give us something to do, but it'll help us, help the youth here, and it'll help us bring down some of the violence that goes on here, till they give them something. It'll give them something to look forward to that they're interested in.
That's a fact. That's absolutely right, man. We've been working on that. We put together the curriculum. Administration is acting like they're supporting it. So hopefully, within another 60 days, man, we have that class up and running in here for the youth, man. Besides that, we've been staying focused. Still trying to lower the recidivism rate. We've been trying to just stay focused, man. But 2022 is here. Happy New Year's to everyone. I know I haven't been on the show for a while, but this year, you know, it's all about trying to engage with our audience, man. We're trying to, you know, get to know you guys better. We want you guys to know us better, because y'all pretty much know our destination, you know what I'm saying? Y'all pretty much know our present moment, where we at, you know what I mean? We want y'all now to know our journey. We want y'all to know how we started this, what struck the idea of trying to put together a podcast from inside prison, you know. So this year we just want to improve. Hopefully we can improve you guys' lives, help y'all overcome some obstacles, solve some problems, you know what I'm saying? Any way that we can make you guys happier, man, it's important to us, you know. But
yeah, man, that's the vision, that's the goal. You know, as my brother said earlier, Pana Da Guru, as he mentioned, you know, this is our final episode for season 1. Pana Da Guru will be transitioning home, so then we'll start back up season 2. It's going to be epic. We ask that y'all stick around, man. Share it with your friends, with your family members. People, you know, tell people to support something, man, because this is coming live and direct, man. There's no cut with this. This is where we at. This is what we doing. We came innovative, and we just going to keep growing, man. And we ask that y'all grow with us. We appreciate the listeners that have been sticking with us since day one. We appreciate the listeners that come after. We appreciate the support with all the subscription. We appreciate the support with our followers. You know what I mean? Like, we just trying to grow our platform, man, so we can go home with something, so we don't have to worry about coming back here.
Correct, man. So for the most part, to everyone, man, we need you guys' ideas. We need some feedback from you guys. We need y'all to start engaging with our guests. You know what I'm saying? Start engaging with each other also. You know what I'm saying? We want to start our online community for the most part. You know, so let's see what 22 bring, man. And like Mr. Clean just told me, I'm extremely excited. I'm out of here this week. I'm blowing this spot. I gotta go to the feds for a couple of weeks, and then from the feds I'll be in the streets of New York. So hopefully we'll be able to interview the guests actually in person, with Mr. Clean still, of course, on the phone till he get home. And we here, you know. Mr. Clean, let's make it happen. Let's start this episode.
Yeah, man. I mean, all right now, man. You know, let the listeners learn a little bit about Pana Da Guru, man. You know, Pana Da Guru, as our loyal listeners know who've been here for a minute, that you grew up in Panamania, and then when you came over to America, you came to Brooklyn, you know, the Flatbush area to be exact. You know, that's predominantly a Caribbean community. How was it growing up in Brooklyn, Flatbush?
Oh, man, it was wonderful, man. You know, being able to grow up, you know, a lot of my childhood friends are Haitian, Jamaican, Guyanese, Trinidadian, you know what I'm saying, Panamanians too, you know, Africans. So it was a pleasure, man. Growing up on 19th I lived in many places in Flatbush, but I pretty much considered, you know, 19th like home, like pretty much where all my childhood friends, we still go back 30, 35 years. You know, we all knew each other. But it was good, man. You know, we had our little gym on the corner, on the church, on the corner of our church, on our block. We had a church, so we was allowed to go upstairs and, you know, use the gym and play for the church. And, you know, we met different people throughout Brooklyn and Coney Island, Bed-Stuy, Brownsville. We was playing basketball tournaments with. You know, we played baseball for the church. You know, for the most part, man, you know, Flatbush is like a little community of itself. You know, everyone, you know, was cool with each other. We was, you know, always going to each other's house, whether we needed to go eat there for the night or, you know, sleep shack there for the night. You know, it was love. It was always love at Flatbush, man. I'm saying, especially on 19th, man. My childhood friends, love them all. We like brothers. You know, even the females, you know, they like our little sisters too. You know, Brooklyn's official, man. Flatbush official.
Right.
But talk to us about Rochester, man. You know, Mr. Clean. You know, you my brother. You know what I'm saying? We became family in here. and let the people know, man, let the listeners know, man, what's up with Rochester, western part of New York, man. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people know about, you know, you guys having, the murder rate for New York, 10 years, but, we want to hear about other things that's going on in Rochester, too, because there's a lot of talent coming out of Rochester.
Yeah, man, I just want the listeners to know, get used to that city name, because this is only opening the floodgate. It's going to be a lot of great people coming from my city, where I was born and raised at. I mean, growing up in Rochester, man, it's like you gotta really be about that life, because there's nowhere to hide. So if you outside, you're gonna get seen. You know what I mean? It's a dog eat dog culture. So basically, survival of the fitness. Like, I really grew up in one of them cities that if you make it out, man, it's like a blessing. Because most people who did make it out of my city don't even rep the city no more. So there's no help coming back. And that's what I want to do, man. I want to help my city bring class back, man, because, it's a beautiful city, got a whole lot of talent there, but it's like we hold each other back, because if we see the next person doing something better, they want to figure out a way, how can they bring them back down? And that's the mentality that, I wish to change in my city, man, with bringing this opportunity there. Well, right, man, right. I mean, this your second time in Green, man. You got arrested at a young age also. I mean, about the age I did with my first video, was like 18 years old. So how much time did you do? And what was you charged for?
Oh man, on my first case, man, yes, like you said, at the age of 18, I was charged for murder, me and my co-defendants, and I ended up being convicted. I ended up beating the murder at trial, and I ended up being convicted of attempted robbery. I was given a 5 to 15. When I came to Green, believe it or not, the whole Brooklyn was here, the whole Flatbush, everybody was here, and I wasn't focusing on my appeal, and ended up going to the box. I kept going in and out the box. I kept going running around all these maximum security prisons in New York State. I ended up catching a new charge in 2001, and that gave me more time. I went to 4 parole boards. Each time I went, they gave me 2 years. My support system wasn't that great, as a kid, and at the same time, I didn't want to call anybody. I was bitter, but so that was in the 90s, early 2000s, all the way to the mid 2000s. I ended up doing 13 years off of that. I got released in 2006. Caught this case in 2015. So that's about 9.5 years I was released. I was out for my freedom. But when I got arrested, that shit felt like 9.5 days, believe it or not. But on this case right here, I got charged for robbery, for UPS Foods, and I was the only one to get arrested. I had a $2 million bail. I was on Rikers Island for almost 4 years, 45 months to be exact. And I took a plea of 8 years. And even though I took a plea, my case is still pending, as far as my appeal. And, I'm always in the law library, spoke to my lawyer today, actually. So even though I'm being released real soon, I'm still trying to get this time back, as far as, get this conviction off my back, man. So total, man, I've done a little over 20 years in prison, man, throughout my life, man. I gave these people, man. And, when I went to the box on this bed from Franklin, they told me I was going back to Green. So I'm like, damn, I ain't been in Green in 25 years. And it's like, when I got here on the bus, I'm like, God sending me here for a reason, you know what I mean? He's allowing me to reflect on life, and at the same time, he also wants me to lead the youth, Right. And when I got to Green, man, a week later, you pulled up, you know what I mean? You came in the house.
Right.
That's a fact. And, when you came in, you know what I mean? You came in, your energy was high, so I'm like, okay, know what I'm saying? Bro look like he on bullshit, but I like his energy. You know, and you know, you fake had a couple guards intimidated because you had came from Taxaki. And we sat down, we chopped it up, man. And I want you to bring that up, man. I want you to tell the peoples, man, you know, how you got to Green and how we met, man, how this idea, you know, came about.
I mean, you know, I've been down, you know, 9 years and a little bit. So, you know, this been like a little long bid for me. I done been around a lot of places. I predominantly started my bid off in Auburn. You know, since I've been in the New York State Penitentiary, you know, my main focus was the law library. So any jail I ever been to, people know me for going to the law library. They know that, you know, ain't no sucker in me. They know that, you know, I stand tall. They know, but I'm in my own lane. And I always kept my brain thinking. I always kept my brain innovative. And, you know, I was in Kasaki, and then the problem happened with me and, you know, an officer, vision floor. And then I ended up, you know, getting the alleged, you know, sort on officer on the vision floor, thrown out, and came to Green. So when I came to Green, I bumped into my boy Pana Da Guru. He started, you know, me and him on our Zaza diet, you know, afterwards we started talking about businesses, and he brought up a podcast, and then I'm like, oh shit, I've been thinking about this for a minute, man, that's crazy. I bumped into him, and it blew my mind. And then as you know, we went from there, and we came up with SpeakinThruTheBarz.
Yeah, man, so, you know, first and foremost, I want to definitely salute my co-host, Mr. Clean. You know, we've been putting in a lot of work. I'm saying I highly appreciate him, man. You know, we could have been doing any bullshit in this jail right now. We could have been in the yard trading war stories. You know what I'm saying? Listening to what our man's got doing in the town or what our man's got. You know, but now we focus, man. We try to lock in. And, you know, we're going to put this podcast shit together, man. And, you know, we ain't no journalists. We ain't never went to school for this. You know, we never been under no microphone or anything. I've never been a rapper or anything. But we sat down there and we sacrificed a lot, man. We sacrificed going to the yard. You know, we in the law library every night. We working. We putting work in, man. We went from, you know, we gotta book a guest. You know what I mean? We had to do a lot. You know what I mean? We had to schedule a recording session. We had to write our scripts.
You have 1 minute left.
We was focused, man. You know what I mean? We had to do a lot of pre-production, a lot of production, a lot of post-production, a lot of promoting. This shit was serious, man. You know, we really put our all into this because we respect our audience. We respect our listeners. You know what I'm saying? Because I know majority of our listeners are go-getters, hard workers, entrepreneurs themselves. You know what I'm saying? They got shit going on out there. You know what I'm saying? I know who's on the grind.
Episode drop, you should already be back over here. So, you know, let the audience know how you got, you know, some separate sentences and how it goes is.
Yeah, that's a fact, man. I leave here tomorrow, going back to federal custody. I actually started in the state. The day I got arrested by the state, I was also put a federal warrant on me also. You know what I'm saying? So after being on Rikers Island for almost 4 years and getting sentenced, I came on state. That's when the feds grabbed me. They made sure the state sentenced me first so they could run it top effective. So they grabbed me, brought me down there. I pled guilty to 57 and 71 months for illegal re-entry. I was deported and entered the United States again. And the judge noticed what the bullshit U.S. attorney was trying to do to me.
father, man, you better get in this law library. So he just started, teaching me the law, and he started off with constitutional law, then told me, the statute which will determine the constitutional law is how the judges should apply the Constitution. And, I just started doing all that, learning, and from there, I just took an interest in, doing law, so my whole day, everywhere I've been, I made sure no matter what I got in, through the ups, through the downs, through the wins, through the losses, I made sure I stayed true to going to that law library no matter what. Because I always knew that I had to give this time down. And, as you know, you was in the law library, man. Now, I'm not in them. So, we'll see what happens from here.
That's right, that's right. I know you've been grinding, bro. I seen you, in that law library, man. Before we even started the podcast, you was down there working hard. I'm saying, your own lawyer. So I salute to you, man. When I hit the town, man, I'm gonna make sure I reach out to Bush. You and Bush could get together and see what's going on, man, because I need you home as soon as possible. But, real quick, man, I have another question for you, man. Back to our listeners, man. Like, what advice can you share right now that will benefit our listeners, man? Like, based on your experience, what advice would you give our listeners right now?
The main thing I say is, just take your time. Don't try to rush. Take your time. Believe in the greatness within you first. And others don't have no choice but to respect the greatness within you. Once you put your focus on what you really want to do, don't let nothing deter you from doing that. And you find people who's willing to do the same thing and will do whatever you're trying to do to work. Just stay patient, just stay focused, just stay determined, and always believe in your abilities in order for other people to believe in their abilities.
That's a fact.
Yeah, man. So I wanna ask you, the same thing, man. Our listeners, man, they should know and hear, the advice that you got, pen and rules. So I wanna ask you the same thing, man. What advice do you got for our listeners off of the experience that you've been through? What can you tell them? Hopefully that someone can use and do better in anything.
What advice I'll give to our listeners right now, honestly, would be do not procrastinate. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm a huge procrastinator. I ain't gonna lie to you. You know what I'm saying? It took me a long time I'm still going through issues with that. But a lot of us count ourselves out before the game starts. Like, sometimes we might look at our age, or because we have a bunch of kids, or we have this 9 to 5, or in our relationship. But if it's something that you want to do in life, man, I'm saying go for it, give it a shot, give it a try. So what, either we missed the shot, or we made the shot, you know what I'm saying? But you don't ever want to have regret 10 years from now, like, damn, why when I was given the ball, I never took the shot, you know what I'm saying? My life probably would have changed, right? You feel me? So if our listeners got plans for 2022, man, whether they trying to do a small business or a big business, you know what I'm saying, out there in the streets, man, do what you gotta do, man, and don't let, outsiders deteriorate you from what you're trying to do. That's what I would give them.
Yeah, man, I like that though, man, because it makes a lot of sense. Definitely make a lot of sense. They always say, man, a person can know a whole lot and do nothing, and a person can know a little bit and put that little bit to use. Who's gonna get the results? You can't get no results if you're not doing nothing and putting it what you know into use. So, that's what we basically did. We sat around, we talked about it, but it really didn't happen until we put it into use. We knew about what we were trying to do with this podcast.
Absolutely, man.
Alright, so
lot of people in here, I won't be surprised if a lot of dudes in here clap when I leave tomorrow. Because, you know, I give it to them how it is. Talk to me. Show me who you are. If the same person that your family knows. Don't be in here trying to be all you could be. You know what I'm saying? Because in my eyes, when people be like, oh, all the real dudes is in prison, that's so false. You know what I'm saying? That is not true. You know what I'm saying? I have childhood friends that never been upstate. You know what I'm saying? That been home their whole lives, taking care of their kids, their families, their wives, they working, doing what they gotta do out there. You know what I'm saying? Them dudes is official. Them dudes is the realest. I tell my guys all the time. You know what I'm saying? When I call them, they make sure this phone is on. They make sure they give me energy on the kiosk. I tell them like, yo, guys in here is not official, man. This shit done became a shelter. This shit done became a mental institution. You know what I'm saying? You got dudes in here in these 40s and 50s, niggas 60s, smoking K2. This shit is washed up. You know what I'm saying? If it's 1,000 dudes in here, man, if I say 100 dudes is official, man, that might be a lot, man. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, a lot of brothers in here, you know what I'm saying? I really wish our families could have like a crystal ball so they could see. That way it won't be no high expectations for us when we get out. You know what I'm saying? They will see how they live throughout the day. Because if you ask them, yo, what you gonna do when you get out? You know what I'm saying? They all have these plans. But while they incarcerated, they ain't doing nothing to better themselves. Right? You know what I'm saying? So everybody in here, you know what I'm saying, it's not official. Everybody in here is scumbags, you know what I mean? But it's a few good brothers in here, you know, like Ho said, man, less is more, you know, but, you know, I'm just done with this shit, man. I can't wait to put this shit behind me. I'm saying, there's very few dudes in here, like, they know what's up, you know what I mean? They know how to find me, you know what I mean? Yeah, that's about it, bro.
Yeah, I definitely agree with that, man, because, you know, no matter where you go on this planet, you're going to find real people, you're going to find fake people. So, it ain't like everybody that's locked up is, bro. And you know, it's hard to be real, it's rare, it's something you do every day. It's not something that you wake up and do one day, and then the next day you're not doing it. It's something that you have to show real consistency in. Because it's like, it's hard to be that, and people who are real, you know, only thing we can do is just salute them and, you know, tip our hat to them because we understand the struggle, we understand how hard it is to remain them.
That's right. So let me ask you something, bro. What advice would you give a person that's listening to our podcast and they want to start a podcast? Like, what would you tell them? How would you encourage them?
I tell them, the first thing I tell them is put in the research of what you want to do. Research exactly what kind of podcast you want. You put the work in towards learning how to do it, and you put it into play, and you stick to what you're doing, and you see what the results get, and you switch it up only if it's not getting the results that you want. You make sure that you get your podcast on as many platforms as possible. You make sure that, you know, you get the best audio, sound, man. Speaking of presidential pop, you know, boy locked down and speaking through the bars right now, man. From behind the bars. You know what I'm saying? But I'll be on the other side real soon. You know, I want to shout out Pana Da Guru. You know, I need to shout out the Rock Boy and all of that. I shout out Hot Cheese, the producer, Mr. Clean. You know the vibes, man. And yo, so anyway, I just happen to, you know, it's crazy how it works. I just happen to run into a few brothers that I done, you know, did it with over the years or whatever the case may be in this spot. On my way leaving this little 16-month violation they gave me for 2 scales and a money counter. I ain't even gonna get into that. That'll be 10 podcasts me talking about this system and the way the system do niggas, you know? But, word to mother. But, you know, I happen to run into these dudes and they got something going on, you know, something positive going on. And, you know, I'm in music, entertainment, you know, presidential pop. You know, you can look me up on all various platforms or whatever. I got music out, but, you know, it's heavy on YouTube right now because, you know, I'm about to release the album, you know, a month after I drop. I'm going on the promo tour, all of that. So, you know, I just want to also let the brothers know, man, I appreciate the opportunity just for being a part of any outlet. Boom, no matter what I bring to it. Now, you know, once motherfuckers look me up or whatever, you won't know my lifestyle, what I'm about, and, you know, the shit that I kick, man. But, you know, I'm going to get right into some music or whatever the case may be, man. Some shit I just put together just now, talking about like an hour and some change ago. Yeah, I ain't even go to Chow to bust no moves because I needed the, you know what I'm saying, make sure I put something together for this shit. You know what I'm saying? Some epic type shit, but let me get to it though. I say, when I was starving, you the one that fed me. Gave me that back shit when niggas tried to dab me. Come to find out, you the one that lied me. You the that finished the grind me. Yeah, when I was starving, you the one that fed me. Gave me that rat shit when niggas tried to dab me. Come to find out, you the one that lied me. You the definition of grind me. Yeah, they tried to do me like held in that movie. Spin a block and send them around with that Uzi. Thought you was gang, man, you really fucking fooled me. I turned that fucking ball main into some Coogee. I don't give a fuck now, I've been going hammer. Had to leave the drugs alone, they turned me to a scammer. Had to leave my baby mama, man, I couldn't stand her. Ooh, I really couldn't stand her. They kill my brother on the block, they lock me up the same day. You kill him, you kill me. Hope I die the same way. Ain't no telling who gon' ride. Fuck them all, they all gay. Ain't nigga that you close to, fuck them all, they gotta pay. Always money on my mind, but with this murder I'm obsessed. Got me riding with that fully loaded 30 in that vest. I be sitting in the county going through it, I was stressed. Now I'm down strawberry, I've been balling like the Mets. I just lost my daughter mama. I'm going through the pain, I feel the pressure and the guilt. Cause I left her with a lane, and my dog will be my dog. So the day ain't the chain, and he snapping and he biting. In the courtroom giving names, it'll never be the same. Why the niggas change? Now I'm fucking with the ops, cause you niggas in my range. Now I'm clutching on my clock when you niggas in my range, and that's word to my pops, and I kick daddy out his frame, nigga. And we are not the same nigga. Fucking with your main bitch, but you are not a main nigga. Calling me a body snatcher, feeling like a grave digger. Fetty robbing coke before I ever be a slave, nigga. And I was starving, you the one that fed me. Gave me that rat shit when niggas tried to dab me. Come to find out, you the one that lied me. You the definition of grind me. Yeah, when I was starving, you the one that fed me. Gave me that rat shit when niggas tried to dab me. Come to find out, you the one that lied me. You the definition of grind me. Yeah, hey yo, yeah. Shout out, big fucking presidential lifestyle. Shout out to, you know, speaking through the bars, man. You know, like what niggas is doing, man, is something epic and something that's gonna take them far, man. And I wish y'all the most hats, man. You know, shout out to the bros, man. Shout out to the whole movement. Everything niggas got going on. And I wish y'all the best, man. Presidential Pop, man. Check me out on YouTube. Just punch in Presidential Pop. My shit is flooding on it. You know, on the gram, Instagram, hit me Presidential Pop. You know, Facebook, whatever the case may be, everything present.
Yo, Pop, man, thank you, man. Pana Da Guru, man, thank you for coming on the show. I know you was official from day one when I met you, bro. We definitely gonna follow your page, your YouTube channel. You know what I'm saying? And we're looking forward to seeing you on the other side real soon. You already know we about to touch.
Appreciate it, man. You know, that's appreciated, Guru. You know, likewise, man. You know, Mr. Clean, man. You know the fucking vibes, man. You know, we've been doing this shit a minute, B. That's a fact, man. You know, coming from the western part of New York, man, we winning. We winning, and it's time. You know what I'm saying? It's time. That's time. It's a time. Hey, yo, man, we appreciate you, man. You know that, man. Anytime, man. The next interview I'm gonna do, me and the Guru gonna be sitting on the outside of the gate store. You know what I'm saying? That's right. That's a fact. You know what I'm saying? Mr. Clean on his way. You know what I'm saying? All right, y'all boys go ahead, man. It's lifestyle.
Thank you. I actually agree, man. I feel 2022 is going to be a great year for all of us, not just our audience and our listeners, but as a whole, as our families. You know what I'm saying? Even brothers that's incarcerated, sisters that's incarcerated. You know, now the laws are starting to change. You know, dealing with this prison reform, dealing with the First Class Act, dealing with, you know, what the parole board changes. I believe this year is going to be a positive year. Shout out to our listeners once again. Hopefully, we start engaging more, you know what I'm saying, not just with each other, but also with, I want all the listeners to start getting to know each other. I want y'all to start getting to know our guests. If you guys have a question for our guests, you guys could send us that question on social media, and we will reply back on social media. The guests will reply back with the answer. However, for the last several weeks, we've been trying to interview a sister by the name of Latoya Perry, aka Mama Grizz, which is T. Grizzly's mother. And she's also about to interview us on her podcast. So we want all you listeners to start following her, you know. And if you have a question for Mama Grizz, you know, don't hesitate to ask us, and we'll answer that question during the episode. So,
as long as it fit
show
our
us
content,
love, man.
all we ask for is to fit our content.
So let them know, man. Let our listeners know, Mr. Clean, about what we got going on as far as, you know, our platforms, where they'll be able to find us next week or two, as far as the new website.
Yeah, man, things is just getting better for us, you know. Our website launch is on the way. That should be happening anytime. The last thing we're doing is uploading our videos. So we'll have to come right on the website, they can directly watch them. You know, we can be found on, you know, all streaming sites at SpeakinThruTheBarz. We can be found, you know, Google, Gmail, SpeakinThruTheBarz at gmail.com. You know, we can find on Instagram, our Clubhouse page, SpeakinThruTheBarz. Everything SpeakinThruTheBarz, man. Just look us up, follow us, tell a friend to tell a friend. You know, tell everybody to support. Because, you know, this is about to be epic, man. What's about to happen, you know, like right in front of your eyes, man. Just want to see it.
That's right, man. You know, I want to shout out our producer, Hakeez. He's been a blessing. Y'all can look him up on Instagram. He go by Hakeez. He's an artist and a producer. His beats are serious. Y'all be seeing him a lot with Julio. You know what I'm saying? While we interviewing the guests in the streets, you'll be seeing him a lot with me. We want to thank him for so much. He's been so patient with us. You know what I'm saying? You know how guys in jail is. We always feel when we call, our call is the most important. You know, but he showed us a lot of patience. You know what I'm saying? He showed us a lot of love. We appreciate him. He does a lot of work for us. Shout out to my son Bucks. I love you. I miss you. You've been holding us down too since day one. Looking forward to seeing you out there. You know, shout out to our team, man. Shout out to Jay. Shout out to Big Unique. Shout out to Zeke. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Big 50. Shout out to all our guests that came through, man. Champ. Shout out to Lucho.
We're going to be in the Viral magazine for the March issue too, man.
That's a fact. We're on that Viral in March, so make sure y'all check that out, man.
Right, man. Shout out to my